Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. I downloaded some time back Dice Baseball, and this is a while ago. I seen ID Gesture recommend it, and I downloaded it. And I was trying to figure out how to play this online. And what I've decided, and I got the idea once again from ID Gestures, I'm going to put it on spreadsheets and see how it goes. I played a couple of games. It goes pretty fast, for me at least, and it's fun. I'm not saying I have all the rules down. There'll be times where I will get bogged down. It's not that bad to understand. And basically, you have two dice. The green dice you read first. They do red and white, but I don't have two 10-sided red and white dice. I have a green and a red, so we'll read the green first and the red second. And what it is, let me get to the spreadsheet here. So you can see Bob Denier will be leading off for the '84 Cubs, and he'll be facing Jack Morris. There's a control factor. The first thing you do is you roll for the control factor. If it lands 10 through 58, we go off the Jack Morris card. If it's 59 or greater, we go off the Bob Denier card. If it's 0 through 9, that is a rare play or special play, and we have to go to a chart. So let's just start playing and see how it goes. So leading off, let's give you the Cubs lineup. Denier's leading off, playing center field. Sandberg's at second, batting second. Gary Matthews is in left, batting third. Leon Durham's the cleanup hitter, playing first. Keith Moreland's batting fifth, playing right field. Ron Cey, the Penguin, is at third base, batting sixth. Batting seventh, doing the catching, Jody Davis. Larry Bowa is the shortstop, batting eighth. And the designated hitter, a very young Mel Hall. That's for the Cubbies. On the mound for the Cubs, Rick Sutcliffe. For the Tigers, leading off, playing second base, Lou Whitaker. His partner in crime, batting second, shortstop Alan Trammell. Kirk Gibson, playing right field, batting third. Lance Parrish doing the catching, batting fourth. The designated hitter is Darrell Evans, playing center field, batting sixth. Chet Lemon batting seventh. The left fielder, Larry Herndon, batting eighth. The first baseman, Dave Bergman, batting ninth. The third baseman, Hojo Howard Johnson. On the mound for the 1984 Tigers is Jack Morris, as you see. So, all right, let's play a little dice baseball, see how this goes. And once I remember where I downloaded this from, I will put that in the link. Alrighty, so Denier will come up first. They're both righties, so we're going to roll for the control factor. That is a 5-2. That's a 52. So that lands in Jack Morris's range. We're going to go off the Morris card, 52. There's no error check off the pitcher card. If it's off the hitter card, you check for an error every time. All right, so let's see if Denier will get a hit off the Morris card. And that is a 91. A 91 off the Jack Morris card is an out. As we go in the righty against righty, we go down here. That's an out. Now we just have to see where the out is. So let's roll a dice, and that's going to be 9. And since it's off the pitcher's card, there's no error check, so that's going to be a fly out to right field. That's the way we're going to call it. The fly out chart is a bit cumbersome to me. It doesn't make sense at times, so I've modified it just slightly. It's an out, so we're going to say fly out. So F-O-9. So Denier flies out. And also, the stamina is right here for Jack Morris. He can face 35 batters. And Rick Sutcliffe can only face 20, and then the stamina starts to go down, which means their control factor decreases. All right, so one out, and here comes Ryne Sandberg. And there's one out. Move that. And Sandberg is a right-handed batter. So here's the pitch from Morris. Let's see who has control. And that is a 3-4, 34. So again, it falls on the Jack Morris card. Righty-righty matchup. And that is a 44. We read the green dice first. 44. And a 44 off the Jack Morris card is a ground ball A. And he's a right-handed batter, so we're just going to roll to see where the ground ball went. And that is a 6. So that is a 6-3 put out. So there's 2 outs. So, oops, we didn't like that. Let's do Geo ground out 6-3. All right, that seems to work. So there's 2 down. 2 down. Hello, JD. How are you? So there's 2 outs. And now coming to the plate, Sarge, Gary Matthews, trying to keep the inning alive here. Matthews is a right-handed batter. So again, we're going to roll control factor, and that is a 42, and it lands between the 10 and the 58. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a 24, excuse me. 24, green dice first. 24, still in control is Jack Morris, so we'll roll off his card. And again, if it's off the pitcher's card, you don't check for errors. And that is a 1-2, so that's a 12. The lower the number is usually better for the batter. And a 12, and that's a single to center. So Matthews singles to center with 2 outs. So that's a single to center field. So Matthews is on first, and his speed is 82. We're not going to do any stealing right now because there's 2 outs, and we have Leon Durham coming up, the cleanup hitter. As JD says, he's better now, as Denver lost. And well, JD, if there's any condolence, I feel your pain because I'm getting annihilated in my football pool. So here's Leon Durham, 2 outs. Gary Matthews is at first. And again, Matthews has 82 for speed. It might come into play if there's a base running advance rule. So this is a righty-lefty matchup. Again, we're going to roll for control. And this is a 7, so this is going to be a wacky play. So a 7, we have to go to a chart. I'm not going to show you the chart because there's a gazillion charts. Though it's not that bad. I'm just not going to show you the chart. So we have to go to the special play chart. And now, let's roll the dice to see what kind of special play it's going to be. And that is a 47. So a 47 is a fielding range, which most of them are. So now we have to figure out where the ball was hit to. Now we have to go to the fielding range. So we roll, it's right on this chart. And that is a 34, and the 34 falls to the second baseman. So now the second baseman is Lou Whitaker for the Tigers. And let's find sweet Lou Whitaker. And thank God he's batting first, and I remember that. So Whitaker's batting first for the Tigers. His range is an 81. Okay. So Lou Whitaker's range is an 81. And 0 through 19 is an out. Well, it'll be a double play, but there's 2 outs. So 0 through 59 is an out. And 60 through 99 would be a 2-out single for Durham. And it is a 73. So Durham fights off that tough pitch. Make sure I'm doing this right. Yep. And that's a single. And everyone's going to hold as that ball gets past Lou Whitaker. So he can't make the play. First and second, 2 outs. Single for Leon Durham. For Keith Moreland, excuse me. Denier. Sandberg, that's 2. Oh, you know what that is? Because when I was playing before, I was testing it out. I was going to say, he didn't K. That was from before. My faux pas when I was testing out how this would work. So he singles. So that's a single to right. So first and second, 2 outs. And here comes Keith Moreland. Moreland's a righty. And Morris is a righty. So now we're going to roll for control. 2 outs. So this will give the base runners an advantage here. They're going to get off the bases quicker. And that is an 80. And it will go for the first time to the batter's card. And it's a righty-righty. And now we have to check for the error. So now we're going to roll to see what Moreland does. And that is a 63. 63 for Keith Moreland. That's going to be a ground ball C, which there's 2 outs, so that doesn't matter. So 63. All right, now we have to go to the fielding chart. So let's get to the fielding chart. Ground ball C. And we roll 1 die here, excuse me. And that is a 6, and it's a righty batter. And a 6 is to the shortstop. So the shortstop for the Tigers is Alan Trammell. And Trammell's defensive rating at short is a 95. So if it's 96 or better, he's committed an error. If not, he's made the play. And it's a 37 inning over 6-3. So the Cubbies strand 2 as Moreland grounds out in the first. Ground out. 6-3. So we go to the bottom of the first, no score. All right, so due up for the Tigers are going to be Whitaker, Trammell, and Kirk Gibson to face Rick Sutcliffe. And actually, while we do that, so we have to, he has faced, Jack Morris can face 35 batters. He faced Denier, Sandberg, Matthews, Durham, and Moreland. Yeah. So he faced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now he's down to 30. All right, Rick Sutcliffe's on the mound. Rick Sutcliffe can face 20 batters before he starts to decrease his control. So Sutcliffe is going to face Lou Whitaker, a lefty. So let's roll for control. Sutcliffe, 10 through 65, it goes off his card. And that is a 20, so it's going to go off the Sutcliffe card. So no error check on this. And we go to the lefty column off of his card, and that is a 55, double fives. That's a 55. 55, and that is a strikeout. Sutcliffe strikes out Whitaker. So Whitaker K's in his first at-bat. 1 down. And now we go to Alan Trammell. Trammell's a righty. Here's a pitch from Sutcliffe. And that is a 44. Again, in control of Sutcliffe. So we're going to go off his card. No error check. And that is a 71. So a 71, righty column off the Sutcliffe card. 71. It's a ground ball C, so it's an out. And we're not going to go to any chart. We're just going to roll this, and we'll go with a 5. So Trammell grounds out 5-3. some of that chart stuff's pretty silly when it's an out. You don't have to check for an error. So this is the top of the first. So that's a ground out. So there's 2 outs. And that's 5-3. There's 2 outs now. Sutcliffe looking for a 1-2-3 inning. And he will face Kirk Gibson, the man who Dennis Eckersley can't stand hearing his name. So Gibson's a lefty. Here's the pitch from Sutcliffe, and it's a 41. Sutcliffe is on in this inning so far. He's been in control. 41. We go to the lefty column to see what Gibson does, and that is a 54. So a 54 from the lefty column on the Sutcliffe card. 54, 54, and he strikes him out. So Sutcliffe strikes out 2 out of 3. 1, 2, 3. Make sure. Yep, 54. 1, 2, 3. Go the Tigers. Sutcliffe was large and in charge. We go to the second inning. No score. And Moreland was up. So Ron Cey's up. And this is the second inning. Ron Cey's a righty. So Jack Moore. Oh, let's go back here. So he faced 3 batters, Sutcliffe, and that's strange. He's only good for 20 batters, but his control factor, and it goes down by 5 after a hit or something after he's tired. So he can still face 17 batters before fatigue sort of sets in. Here's Ron Cey, top of the second, for the Cubbies to face Jack Morris. Righty-righty matchup. And that is a 75, so Morris is not in control. We go to the right-hand hitter column, right-handed pitcher against Ron Cey. And that's a 62 off the Cey card against a righty, a 62. That's a ground ball B, which again, no one's on base, so that doesn't matter. So let's roll. Because it's an error check, let's go to the chart. And let's roll on the ground ball. That is a 7. And a righty-righty, right-handed batter, 7. That's to the third baseman. The third baseman is Howard Johnson. Third baseman's Howard Johnson. He's batting 9th. So Howard Johnson's defense at third is 87. And it is a 96. Hojo boots the ball. Johnson boots the ball. It's an error. So reaching on the E5 is Ron Cey. So that's an E5. So Cey reaches on the error by Howard Johnson. Leadoff runner on for the Cubbies. And here comes Jody Davis to face Jack Morris. Davis is a righty. And that's a 79. So Morris not hitting his spots right now, but the error didn't help. So we go to the Jody Davis card. And that is a 00. Wow, I've never rolled a 00. And a 00 is a walk. So Morris, a little out of sorts now after the error. Now he walks Jody Davis. So first and second, no outs. Cubs ready to do some damage. And here comes Larry Boa, the number 8 batter. No outs. Larry Boa. What's his bunting? 65. Mel Hall's on deck. Mel Hall's on deck. Boa's a switch hitter. Boa only batted .223 in 84. .287 off left-handed pitching, but Morris is a righty at 193. 193. So we might try a bunt here. Let's just check out. So he's a 65 bunter. Let's go to our bunt chart. Sacrifice bunt. This is bunt for a base hit. No, we don't want that one. We want sac bunt. And 65. All right, so we're going to try to lay down a bunt here. And we basically need Runner advances. Oh boy, that's not as good as I thought. Pitcher to lead base out. So a 65 bunter, we need a 0 through 44. So Bo is going to square the bunt. And it's an 8. So he drops the bunt down. It's an 8. Runners advance. Pitcher fields it and throws to first. So Morris goes to Bergman at first. Sack bunt works. We have runners at second and third, 1 out. On the sack bunt by Boa. I believe I did that correctly. As we're just sacrificing. So I think we did that right. I'll check the rules later. I didn't have a bunt, but I didn't try to bunt before. So that's the way we're playing it. So a sack bunt for Boa. One to 3. So there's 1 out. And here comes the number 9 batter with second and third. And it's Mel Hall. So we have Say, who reached on the air at third. And Davis, who walked at second. Boa with the sacrifice bunt. And here comes Mel Hall. Hello, Stratomatic, Delaware, and Chris. Jack Morris, righty-lefty matchup. Morris really's got to stay on control here. Again, he needs a 10 through 58, and he's going to get it this time. That's a 40. So we go to the Morris card. No error check because it's off his card. Now we roll to see, and that's an 80. Green die first because I don't have a white and a red, so the green die goes first. That's an 80. Lefty off the Morris card. 80. And this is an out, but it's going to be in the air. Now, this is a bit confusing to me because their chart is not as straightforward as it should be. The other ones are very straightforward. This one has a... so I want to know if it's going to be a deep fly ball to see if we can tag up. Ron Say is not fast, though. Ron Say's speed, not bad, 74. Okay. Alright, so it's an out no matter what because it's off the pitcher's card. It's a fly ball. It could be a pop-up also. It doesn't mean... See, it says FO, but there's pop-ups on the FO chart, which, again, I find that kind of strange. So let's go to the chart. Where are you, chart? There's the chart. Alrighty, I'm not showing you the charts, though. Alright, so now we have to determine where it is. So I should show you the chart, because it is, this one, the ground outs, the line outs, very easy to understand. This one should be straightforward like the same. So let's roll the 1 die and see where it is. So it's a 4, so this is a pop-up. It's a pop-up to the second baseman. So he pops out to the second baseman, 2 outs. They have these like 80, 82, 83, 87, which I don't get why they have that, how they double the numbers. I don't know if it's supposed to be 8082, but the other ones are pretty straightforward with commas in between them. So he pops out to the second baseman. Jack Morris does a good job there. So second and third, top of the order now, as Hall pops out. Pop out 4. So it's going to be up to Bob Denier with 2 outs and 2 on. Bob Denier is 0 for 1. He flew out to right field. Bob Denier. He's a righty. And here's the control factor. That's a 6 and a 9. 6-9, so it's going to go off the Bob Denier card. So there will be an error check. Righty-righty matchup. And that is a 6-7 off the Denier card. So a 6-7 in the right-handed column. 6-7, 6-7, 6-7. And that's a ground ball. Ground ball C, but there's 2 outs. That doesn't matter. So now let's see where the ground ball is going to. And that's a 0. Oh, boy. So a ground ball, 0, goes to the second baseman. No, shortstop, because it's a right-handed batter. Sorry, goes to Alan Trammell. Let's see if Trammell can help Morris get out of this inning. Alan Trammell's batting second. Trammell's defense is 95, and it's a 14, so Trammell, 6-3, inning over. Good job by Alan Trammell. Bob Denier cannot come through in the clutch here in the second inning. So that is a GO ground out, 6-3. And why was it here? All right, I put these. So he has faced 9, 10 batters. I put it here. Why did it not save it? 10, so he's down to 25 batters. Let's just click save. I don't know why it didn't save it. Let's see if we go here and back. Okay, it saved it that time. So we go bottom of the second. Here come the Tigers. Sutcliffe got him 1-2-3 as he struck out Gibson to end the first. So bottom of the second. Due up will be Parrish, Evans, and Lemon. So Lance Parrish, the catcher, he's a righty. Righty. Sutcliffe needs a 10-65 to stay in control. That's a 4, and that is a 9, so it's a 94. We're going to go off the Parrish card, so there will be an error check. And that's a 46. 46. So a 46 off the Parrish card, righty, 46. And there's no error check because that's a strikeout. 31 through 46 is a K. So Sutcliffe gets another K. That's his third of the game. So 1 out. And coming to the plate now is Darrell Evans. It's a lefty-righty matchup. Here's the pitch from Sutcliffe. And that's a 69, so it's going to be off the Evans card. We're going to go off the right-handed column. And that's a 53. So a 53 right-handed column. And that's a ground ball A. All right, so let's just roll. Because it's off the batter's card, there is an error check. That's a 7. So let's go to the chart. Ground ball, left-handed batter, 7. The ball is hit to the first baseman, Bergman. The ball is hit to the first baseman, Bergman. 1 out, ground ball to Bergman. Bergman's batting... Where's Bergman batting? Bergman is batting 8th, so... Where's Bergman? There! Where's Bergman? That's Alboa. There's Bergman. His defensive rating at first is 96, so that's pretty good. And that is a 67, so he makes the play. And we'll say 3-1 on the ground ball. So there's 2 outs. On the second, so we're going to say ground out, 3-1. Let's just click save. For some reason it shouldn't save it anyway. I don't. Alrighty, so 2 outs, base is empty. And striding to the plate. Oh, that's where the 30 was. Okay, that's alright. Let's get rid of that. Here comes Chet Lemon, 2 outs, base is empty, no score here, bottom of the second, here in Detroit. Sutcliffe, righty-righty matchup, and that's a 25, so Sutcliffe is in control off the Sutcliffe card. And it is a 12. Low is not good usually. 12, if it's not good for the pitcher, and that's a single to right. So Chet Lemon keeps the inning alive with a single to right. Bottom of the second. Single to right field, and because it's off the pitcher's card, no error check. Oh, let's there. Chet Lemon's base running speed is in 79. So here comes Larry Herndon. Herndon's a righty. Lemon will be off on contact. Here's the pitch from Sutcliffe, and that is a 74 again. So it's a righty-righty off the Herndon card. There will be an error check, and that is an 11. An 11, righty-righty 11, and that's a single to left. So that's a single to left, and now we have to check possible error on the single to left. So the left fielder for the Cubbies, I believe, is that Moreland? No, Gary Matthews, Sarge. So Matthews, defensive ratings in 89. Let's roll that. And it's a 20, so no error. He fields the ball cleanly and throws it back in. So Herndon has a single. Has a single to left. Oh, that's going to be annoying. There we go. So 2 outs. So after 2 outs, back-to-back singles now. And here comes Larry Boa, right? Because single to left and a single to right after Moreland grounded out 3-1. Here comes Larry, Dave Bergman. So Dave Bergman's up. 2 outs, 2 on. Here's a pitch from Sutcliffe. And Sutcliffe, this is a 0-5, so this is going to be, you have to go to the special play chart, 0-5. 0-5. And now let's roll to see. Usually it's a range play, and we just knocked everything all over the place. So that's a 24. 2 outs, 2 on. 24 fielding chart. Let's see who's going to make the play here. And that's a 21. So the 21 through 30 goes to the first baseman, and that's Leon Durham for the Cubs. And he's actually not a bad first baseman. I don't know why I thought he was a bad first baseman. So Durham's at first. His defensive rating's 97. Oh, this is a range play. I'm sorry. Range play, not a defensive play. So, a range play. What was his range? That's what I have to look at, his range. So his range are 89. So it's an 89. And that's a 00, so he's going to make the play. So Durham makes the play, unassisted, inning over on the 00. Tigers threaten but do not score. So that's a ground out, 3. Go to the third, and so let's get Sutcliffe has faced 8 batters. Let's get him adjusted. I think we'll just do it off the first batter thingy. Right, or I did it here. So he's faced 8 more batters. And that, man, he only, that's amazing. His stamina is only good for 20. So altogether he's faced 8. So that's down to 12. He faced 5 in that inning. Go to the top of the third. So we ended the bottom of the second when Hall popped out. So we're back at the top of the order again. Holy cow. My God, did I do that right? Did I miss somebody? No, I didn't. Yeah, Denier's going to get his 3rd at-bat. Holy cow. No, I did. Wow. Bob Denier is going to get his third at bat. All right, here's Denier. Bob Denier. Here's a pitch from Morris, and that is a 13. So Morris is in control. Denier's a righty. And that is a 93. So that's going to be an out. And we don't have to do an error check. So a 93 falls between 76 and 99. No error check. We're just going to roll to see if it's a fly out or a pop out. And he pops out to the second baseman. So that's a pop out. So Morris jams him. Pop out 4. 1 down. And here comes Ryne Sandberg. Righty-righty matchup. Here's Morris. And that's a 75. Morris is not in control. So a 75. We go righty-righty. There will be an error check. And that's a 72 off the Ryne Sandberg card. 72. Righty-righty. 72. That's a ground ball C. Ground ball C. Again, that doesn't matter. There's no one on base. So let's find out who that's going to be to. Ground ball C. Ground ball C. Right-handed batter. Let's roll the single die. And that is a 6. Right-handed batter, 6 to the shortstop. So that's a ground ball to Alan Trammell. Ground ball to Trammell. Oh, I'm glad it's right there. Trammell is a 95. 39. He makes the play 6-3. And that's what Ryne Sandberg did in the first. He once again grounds out to Trammell. Playing Pepper with Alan Trammell. So we have 2 outs, bases empty. Here comes a number 3 batter, Gary Matthews. He singled to center his first time up. Trying to keep the inning alive here. Matthews had 14 homers in 84. Righty-righty matchup. Here's a pitch from Morris. He stays in control. That's a 14. We go off his card, and that is a 23. And usually the lower number is not good. So that's a 23 righty-righty off the Morris card. 23. Oh, wow. He strikes out. A big home run swing. A 21 would have been a home run. But he strikes out. So Jack Morris gets the Cubbies 1-2-3 in the third. Okay. And so we face 3 batters. Let's just do it here. So he's down to 22. We go to the bottom of the third. Still no score here in Detroit. And again, I might not have all the rules exact, but I've only played it twice. It's a fun little game. Fun little game. All right. So due up for the Tigers, Hall. I'm sorry, Johnson, Whitaker, and Trammell. Howard Johnson getting his first at-bat here in the bottom of the third. Hojo, switch hitter. He'll bat lefty against a right-handed throwing Sutcliffe. And Sutcliffe rolls an 85, so he is out of control. We go to the Howard Johnson card, and we'll go off the right-handed column. And that is a 44. A 44 for Howard Johnson. That ball is... Oh, that would have been 42. 44. Sutcliffe strikes him out in a big swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Rick Sutcliffe. So 1 out. Top of the order now. And it's Lou Whitaker. I don't know why those are over there. He struck out his first time up. Looking for a little revenge here. Another left-handed batter. Here's a pitch from Sutcliffe. And that's a 76. So it's going to go off the Whitaker card. There will be an error check. Off the right-handed column, off the Whitaker card. And that is a 66. Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. And a 66 is a ground ball C. That doesn't matter. So it's a ground ball. Let's see who the ball's hit to. Ground ball C. Glad I got that chart up. And just roll one. Oh, this is a 1-die roll. And that is a 1. And he's a left-handed batter. A 1. It goes back to the pitcher. So let's see Jack Morris. I think he was Rick Sutcliffe. I think he was a fairly competent fielder. And his defensive rating is a 93. So will Sutcliffe make the play? And that's a 34 he does. And that is a ground out, 2 away, ground out, 1-3. So 2 outs. Base is empty for Alan Trammell. Trammell grounded out to third his first time up. Here's the pitch from Sutcliffe. And that is a 53. Sutcliffe in charge. We'll go off his card. And that is a 70. So a 70. No error check because it's off the pitcher card. A 70. And that's a line out. We're just gonna roll the dice and say that he lines out to the second baseman. That's the way we're doing that. It's kind of silly when it's it's an out to do what they do. So that is a line out to Ryne Sandberg. We go top of the 4th, still scoreless. And let's do. So he faced 3 batters. Let's just make sure we got that right. That was in the second. Hall, Hojo, Whitaker, Sandberg. Yep. So that's 3 batters. And now he's down to 9. Wow. But his control factor is still pretty good. Top of the 4th. Let's see who's up for the Cubbies. Leon Durham, followed by Moreland and Ron Cey. Durham singled to right his first time up. Top of the 4th. Faced Jack Morris. Here's the pitch from Morris against the left-handed batting Durham. And that is a 6-7, so the control goes over to Durham. So there will be an error check if he doesn't get it. Well, there's always an error check unless it's a home run or strikeout. And that is a 27. So we go to the Durham card. It's a right-hander pitcher. 27. And that's a single to right. So another single to right for Durham. And the right fielder is Kurt Gibson. So Gibson is an 89. And that is a 10, so no error there. Clean single. So Leon Durham, another single to right field. He's 2 for 2. So Durham's on, no outs. And here comes Keith Moreland. Moreland, his first time up, grounded out 6-3 to Trammell. Righty-righty matchup. Here's the pitch from Jack Morris. And that's a 43. Morris in control. We'll go off the pitcher's card. And that is an 80. An 80. An 80. And that is going to be an out in the air. No error check. So we know it's an out. And again, this is really, I don't like the way they do this. I don't get. See, they have 80, 82. Everything's 80 and higher. So what happens if I roll less than that? That's what I don't get. Everything else is pretty. So what I'm going to do is if I get the 80, it doesn't matter. It's an out. No error check. It's off the pitcher's card. I shouldn't even have done that. We're going to say it's a pop. So it's a 4-0. There's no 4-0 on here. That's what I don't get. So, again, that's going to be a pop out. Morris jams somebody. Pop out to Whitaker. So there's 2 outs. No, 1 out. Durham's at first. And here comes Ron Cey, the Penguin. Say reached on the error by Hojo at third. Righty-righty matchup. Here's the pitch from Jack Morris. And that is a 54. Morris still in control, so no error check. And that is a 29. A 29 right-handed column. 29. 29. And that's a strikeout. 22 through 39 is a K for the Penguin. So there's 2 outs. Durham will be off on contact. Here's the catcher, Jody Davis. He walked his first time up. Righty-righty matchup. That's a 49. Again, Morris in control, so it's going to go off his card. No error check. And that is a 65. 65 off the Morris card. 65, 65, 65. And that's a line out. And I'm not going to go through that nonsense. I'm just going to roll the stupid dice here. And he lines out to the second baseman, Ryan Sandberg. An out is an out, the way I look at it. So the side's retired. We go to the bottom of the fourth, still scoreless here in Detroit. So Jack Morris faced 4 batters. Durham singled, popped out, struck out, line out. So Morris faced 4 batters. He's down to 18 now. Sutcliffe's at 9. Ouch. Okay. Well, I like the spreadsheet thing, but there's a little... I kind of should mark the name down. I think that's what I'm going to do. Mark the name down just really quick of who the last batter was. Okay, so Howard Johnson struck out. And that was in the third. Hojo struck out. Whitaker grounded out. Trammell lined out. Here comes Kirk Gibson. So it's going to be Gibson, Parrish, and Evans. I should write the name down. Hello, Dog Sidious. Hello, just doing a little test of this dice game I downloaded. So Sutcliffe will face Gibson. Sutcliffe 10 through 65 for control. And that's a 29. He's in control. Left-handed batter. So we go to the left-handed column. That is a 48 to Kirk Gibson. A 48. And that is a strikeout. Sutcliffe strikes out Kirk Gibson. Dennis Eckersley wished he struck out Kirk Gibson. So that's 1 out. And here's Lance Parrish. He struck out his first time up. Righty-righty matchup. That is a 62. And that's that high control factor. Goes to 65, 10 through 65. So again, this would be off the Sutcliffe card. No error check. And that's a 31. A 31. That's a strikeout. Another strikeout. He gets Parrish with another K. Parrish 1 K away from the hat trick you don't want. So there's 2 outs. And here comes Darrell Evans. Evans grounded out to first with Sutcliffe covering. So that went Bergman to Sutcliffe. Evans is a lefty. Here's the control. Oh, that's a 6. So that's going to be, we go to the range play or a special play chart. Let's quickly go there. Let's roll the dice. And it's a 5. So it's going to be, wow, off the pitcher chart. Oh, I've never done that. Off the pitcher chart. Okay, let's see what happens. So we have 0 and 1, no result, return to normal play. And then 2 through 4 is a balk. And 5 through 9 is a wild pitch. Runner advances. And, oh, I should only roll 1 die here. My faux pas. 1 die for this. And that's a 0. So after all that, nothing happens. It says go back to normal play, so I guess we roll over. I don't know. I guess he fouls the ball off. That's what we'll say. So again, we're going to go off the pitcher card. That's a 68. That was a little different. 68 ground ball C. That doesn't matter, and it's off the pitcher's card, so no error check, and we're just going to roll. And that's a 2. So he nubs it out in front of the plate, and Jody Davis throws out Evans, and that's going to go ground out 2-3. Side retired. Ground out 2-3. And I'm going to write the name down this time. That way we don't have to figure out who was up. So we ended the bottom of the fourth, D. Evans. So Sutcliffe faces 3 batters. He's down to 6. Go to the top of the 5th. Top of the 5th. Larry Bowa's up for the Cubbies. So it's going to be Bowa, Hall, and in the top of the order, Bob Denier. Kind of think I messed up there somewhere, but oh well. Jack Morris still is 18 batters he can face before a fatigue factor might come into play. Well, it most likely will come into play. More than Bowa. All right, Larry Bowa had a sacrifice bunt, but the Cubbies couldn't score, so here we go. Top of the 5th, no score from Detroit. Here's the pitch from Morris to Bowa, and that is a 21. We go off the Morris card, no error check. That is a 61. So a 61, Bowa is a switch hitter, so he's batting lefty. 61, 61, 61. Ground ball C, that doesn't matter. Let's just roll here. That's a 2. So he nubs it in front of the plate, and he is thrown out by the catcher, Lance Parrish. So that's a ground out, 2-1. Number 9 batter. It's 1 out. Number 9 batter, Mel Hall. He popped out to Whitaker his first time up. 5th inning. So here's Mel Hall. He's a lefty, designated hitter. Here's a pitch from Morris. Morris is in control. That's a 26. So we're going to go off the Morris card. Left-handed column, though. And that is an 11. That's an 11. A low roll is never good off the pitcher's card. And that is a single to left. So a single to left field for Mel Hall. 1 out, 1 on for Hall. And Hall's running speed is 83. Okay, 83. Not that I'm going to remember that, but that's what that is. So top of the order, Bob Denier. And Denier is 0 for 3. He has flown out to right, grounded out to the short, and popped out to second. 1 out, 1 on. Here's the pitch to Denier from Morris. And that is a 93. We go to the Denier card, so there will be an error check, righty-righty. And that's a 42. A 42 to Bob Denier. A 42. And that's a double to right field. All right, so we're going to have a play at the plate possibly. So right here is a DRF. So that's a double to right, 41-42. So Denier doubles. So right now, Hall is at third. Denier's at second. We'll have to see, but we have to check for the error. So right field is Gibson. Right field's Gibson. And Gibby, Kirk Gibson. In right field's an 89, so let's just roll. And that's an 18, so no error. All right, so Gibson has a -4 arm. Second and third, 1 out, -4 arm. All right, let's go to the advanced runner chart. This is going to be interesting, folks. Let's try this out. Advancing a runner. Runner going from second. No, we don't want that. runner going from first to third, second to home, first to home on any double. Subtract 40, ouch. If there's 2 outs, only subtract 10. So minus 40, then minus 4. That's minus 44. I don't think we're sending him on a minus 44. Because it says subtract 40 from runner's speed rating. If 2 outs, only subtract 10. Then use the outfield arm. All right, so let's just figure this out real quick. So that's 44 we got to get rid of. And Mel Hall is speed 83. Yeah, I don't like that. I think we're gonna keep I don't like the odds there. So second and third, 1 out. Second and third, 1 out. A big double by Denier. 1 out, second and third. We got Ryne Sandberg coming up. So here's Ryne Sandberg. Chance for the Cubbies to break 3 in the top of the 5th. Second and third, 1 out. Sandberg's grounded out twice to Alan Trammell, once in the first and again in the third. Here's the pitch from Jack Morris, and it's a 0-0, so we have to go to the special chart, 0-0. A 0-0, special chart. That's a 46. A 46 is a range play, so let's go to the fielder's chart. And that is a 51. A 51 is the third baseman. Oh boy, it's to Howard Johnson. He's already made an error. So Hojo, this is a range play though, so I have to make sure I look at the range rating. Howard Johnson batting 9th. So Johnson's range at third is 69. Okay. And that's an 11, so he will make the play. Go back to the range. That's an 11. And he's a 69, so that's 69 through 75. And it's an 11, so that's an out. Fielders make great diving catch on the line drive. All runners hold. So a diving catch by Hojo, and the Cubs still can't score. Wow. So it'll be second and third, 2 outs. So Hojo makes up for the error for the moment earlier in the game. So a line drive. Nice play great play by Hojo. So Sandberg. Oh, Denier doubled. I forgot to do that. So Denier doubled. So that is a double to right field. Right, because Hall, I marked Hall, correct? Yes. Denier doubled. Sandberg lines out. There's 2 outs now. What a play by Hojo. Howard Johnson at third. So that's a line out. 5. Dive. Great play. Great play. Gary Matthews, the Sarge comes up. 2 outs, 2 on, second and third. Can Matthews break through and put the Cubbies ahead here against Jack Morris? He has singled in the first to center and struck out in the third. Here's the pitch from Morris. And that is a 26. Morris is in control, so no error check. And that is a 54. A 54 righty, 54 righty, 54 righty. That's a ground ball. Inning is over. Let's just roll for ha-has. And that's a 6, so he grounds out to Trammell. Again, it's kind of silly to see exactly where the ball goes. It's a ground out, so I modified that rule. So inning over. That's a ground out. I mean, if it meant something, if there was 1 out, I would go to see who it was the way you're supposed to. But with 2 outs, a ground out's a ground out. No run scores. And there's no error check because it's off the pitcher's card. So that's 6-3. So once again, the Cubbies. Matthews was the last batter. Matthews, last batter, Cubs. And now let's do the pitcher. So Hall, 1, 2. Oh, there's someone before Hall though. Boa grounded out. So Boa, 1, Hall, 2, Denier, 3, Sandberg, 4, Matthews, 5. It's 13 now for Jack Morris. Sutcliffe, that control factor is just very good. You can see he's down to 6. All right, so leading things off here in the bottom of the 5th. Is Chet Lemon. Yes, Chet Lemon. Bottom of the 5th. He singled to right in the 2nd. So he's 1 for 1. Righty-righty matchup. Here's the pitch from Sutcliffe. And that's a 51. He stays in control, so no error check. And that's a 33. A 33. What will it be? You know what it'll be? Strikeout. My God, another strikeout for Sutcliffe. 1 down. 1 out. Get these guys off the base pads. 1 out, no one on. For Larry Herndon, he singled in the 2nd to left. He's 1 for 1. Here's a pitch from Sutcliffe. And that's a 51. He stays in control, so no error check. Right-handed column. That's a 75. A 75. And that's a line out. Oops. That is a line out. Let's just roll the dice. So he lines out to right. LO9, because it's off the pitcher's card, no error check, so I'm not going to go through that hole, and there's no one on. So there's 2 outs. 2 outs, base is empty for Bergman. Bergman grounded out to the first baseman, Leon Durham, unassisted. Here's the pitch from Sutcliffe. That is a 28, green die first, red dice. So again, off the Sutcliffe card, no error check. And that is a 6. And Bergman fights off a tough pitch. Make sure I got that right. 6. He's a lefty. Yep, single. So Bergman singles to left. And again, off the pitcher's card, no error check. Single to left field. So he keeps the inning alive. And that helps drive that stamina there. So a single to left for Bergman with 2 outs. And Bergman's run speed, 77. So here comes Howard Johnson, who saved the day with a diving catch, 2nd and 3rd, 1 out, to keep it a scoreless game. Hojo struck out his first time up against Sutcliffe. And now let's just take a quick look. I think it was 6 batters. He's faced 3. So he's down to 3. Let's just do that here, right there. Okay. He's down to 3. He'll be down to 2 in a moment. So here's Howard Johnson. 2 outs, runner at first. He'll be off on contact. Johnson struck out his first time. 5th. Hojo did it with the glove. He has made an error, but that diving play made up for that error. Still scoreless here, bottom of the 5th. And that is a 20, so it will be off the Sutcliffe card. Johnson's a switch hitter, so he's batting lefty. And that's a 51. 51, no error check. So Sutcliffe bearing down once again, 51. And guess what that is, folks? Another strikeout. So he's gotten Hojo twice. Sutcliffe wheeling and dealing. Side is retired. Another strikeout for Sutcliffe. 5th Hojo. Tigers. Last out. Still nothing. Top of the 6th. As the pen jumped the shark. All right, due up for the Cubbies. Matthews made the last out, 2nd and 3rd. So they had 2nd and 3rd, and Matthews grounded out to Trammell. So here comes Leon Durham here in the top of the 6th. And let's just check. 13, so he's still in pretty good shape. Durham has singled twice off Morris to right, once in the 1st and then again in the 4th. Durham's a lefty. Here's the pitch from Morris. Morris needs 10 through 58, and it's a 29. Morris is in control. So no error check. Righty-lefty. That is a 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45. That's a ground ball A, so let's just roll it. And he grounds out 4-3. So he grounds out. Ground out 4-3. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. He's down to 2 because he faced that other batter. Keith Moreland comes to the plate. 1 out, top of the 6th. Moreland has grounded out to short and popped out to 2nd. He faces Morris for a 3rd time here in the top of the 6th. Scoreless game. Pitcher's duel. What a pitcher's duel between Morris and Sutcliffe. And that is a 94, so it's going to go off the Moreland card. There will be an error check, and that is a 30. A 30, so let's see what happens first. And that's going to be off a right-handed pitcher, a 30. That's a single to right. All right, so a single to right. Let's just get that in there first. Single, right field. So that's the right fielder is Kurt Gibson for the Tigers. His error check in right, not really good. Oh, that's range, 89. And it's a 5, so no error. He doesn't boot the ball, doesn't make a bad throw, anything like that. So a 1 out single. For Moreland. So he's at first, 1 out. And here comes Ron Cey. Ron Cey has reached on an error by Howard Johnson and struck out. The K came in the 4th. Here's a pitch from Morris. And that is a 55, so it's going to go off the Cey card. Right-handed column. And that's an 83. There will be an error check once we find out where it is. That's an 83 right-handed column. So it's going to be an out. It's not a line out. It's either a pop-up or a fly out. So now we have to figure out where it's going. That's a little cumbersome. I think that's kind of silly. There should be a quicker way to do that. But it's actually, this is not a bad game. It's a fun game. I downloaded the free demo. And again, this is mind-numbing to me. So let's determine where it's going to go first. 2. Okay, it's a 2. So that's to the catcher. Okay. And again, I don't get why. I got to look into that more. There's got to be something that explains it better. The rules really don't explain it because they have 80, 82. So I'm going to say it's to the catcher. It's a pop-up to the catcher. So Cey pops up to Parrish. Parrish is a 97. That's a 54. He makes the play. So he pops out to the catcher. There's 2 down. Two outs. Moreland's at first. He'll be off on contact. The baseball's on 49. 8:49. Hello, OG. I'll be there in a second, Dad. Hold on, bud. Here comes Jody Davis. He has walked and lined out to Lou Whitaker. Here's the pitch to Jody Davis. Righty-righty matchup. And that is a 72. So we'll go off the Davis card. There will be an error check. That's a 70. A 70 again, most likely. That's a line out. No, I'm sorry. That is a ground ball C. So now, the ground ball works very well on the chart. This is why I don't understand how they do it for the balls in the air. So it's a ground ball C, and he's a righty. Oh, one die, sorry. That's a 3. That's a 3 righty to the first baseman. That's Bergman's the first baseman for the Tigers. Bergman's batting 9th. No, he's batting 8th. Bergman's defensive rating at first, 96. That's the range. And it's a 47. He makes the play, inning over. So Jody Davis grounds out unassisted to Bergman. So Davis makes the last out. We go to the bottom of 6, still scoreless. And now let's adjust Jack Morris here. So Durham 1, Moreland 2, Say 3, Jody Davis 4, down to 9. So Sutcliffe can face 2 batters, and leading off, Hojo made the last out. He's the 9th place, so it's going to be the bottom of the 6th, Lou Whitaker, and I shall be back in a moment. And we're back. Thank you for your patience. Alrighty. Son of a bitch, I don't remember what I was doing. Alrighty. Bottom of the sixth. That's it. Bottom of the sixth. Lou Whitaker leads off. Sutcliffe coming down to his stamina. He's good for 20 batters. He only has 2 more left in him. And that is a 0-8. So we go to the wacky, crazy play chart. Actually, just the special chart. And now let's roll the 2 die. The only chart I don't like here is the pop-up flyout. And I'll show it to you guys later at some point. It's weird. I don't get it. Everything else is pretty straightforward. So that is an 81. And 81 is a fielder's range. Okay. Let's roll the fielder range now. It's what fielder? And that is a 67. Left fielder. Uh-oh. So left fielder for the Cubbies. The left fielder for the Cubbies is Gary Matthews, Sarge. And let's check out the Sarge's fielding range. And it's pretty easy. Games played, 145. Defense, 89. Fielding range, 73. It's actually a nice little game. Okay. Let's go back here. So what did I say? He's a 73. And the only reason why I'm not doing, I printed up the cards on regular paper. They're really flimsy. So I said, let me do it this way. Plus, you guys can see everything. I think it just works better. I got the idea from ID Gesture. I like it. So 73 for Gary Matthews. So he's a 73 fielding range. All right. And that is an 81. Uh-oh. 81 and 81 and a... Oh, man. That's a base hit. So Lou Whitaker singles. Matthews cannot get to it. So 0 through 9 is a double play, which would have just been an out. Because, you know, Whitaker's a leadoff batter. And then 10 through 39 is an out. And 40 through 99 is a single. So, wow. He has no range. Drops in front of him. Can't get to it. And so Whitaker has a single. Sarge couldn't get there. So Lou Whitaker in the bottom of the sixth has a single to left. No score. Single to left. And now he's down to one more batter. And then I got to read the rules really good on this because I messed this up last time. I played a couple of games and I messed it up twice. I got it correct after, but I just want to make sure. All right, so Whitaker's on first, no outs. And Whitaker's speed, 78. Here's Alan Trammell. Trammell, 2 at-bats. He's grounded out to third. Ron Cey, and then he popped out. Or lined out, excuse me, to Ryan Sandberg. This is the last batter that Sutcliffe will be before fatigue sets in, possibly. And that is a 50, so he's still in control. No error check, right-handed batter. And that is a 90. Higher the number, the better it is for the pitcher. 90. And because there's a runner on, and again, it goes this fly ball, 79 to 99. It's an out. There's no error check. We know it's an out. And Whitaker is not going to advance. So let's just roll the dice. He's not going to advance from first base on an out. So that is a pop out to third. So Trammell pops out to Cey. I got to look that up. But again, it's an out. No matter what, it's an out. The guy's at first. He's not advancing. How many guys advance from first base even on a fly ball? Slim to none. All right, 1 out, 1 on. Number 3 batter, Kirk Gibson, comes to the plate. Gibson has struck out twice. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Okay, so now his fatigue is gone. There's no more stamina. All right, see, this is where I messed up last time. I just kept playing. And again, you can play your own rules. It doesn't matter, but I want to kind of play right. So let me just read the rules here again. As it's riveting, isn't it? Again, that's why it's a demo test game. Just showing you this is a free demo, and I'll put the website on later. And you can get 4 teams. You get the 84 Cubs, the 84 Tigers, the 84 Padres, and the 84 Royals. And it's not that hard to understand. I don't like the fly ball thing, though. I don't understand why they do it that way. So, all right, pitchers. Pitcher's fatigue. There's only 8 pages of notes or rules. Pitcher's card, stamina. This is the pitcher's card. How to play the basic game, and that's what we're playing. Ground ball, ground ball. It happens to you. Pitcher stamina and rest. Every pitcher is given a stamina and rest rating. The stamina is very important, very simple to figure out. The number indicates how many batters the pitcher can face. Okay, he has 20. He's done with it. He's faced his 20. Mike Flanagan's stamina is 28, yada, yada, yada. After facing 28 batters, he is now tired. For the next hitter he faces, subtract 5 from his control rating. Okay. Every hitter after, he also loses 5. Ouch. Flanagan has blah, 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 blah. The only exceptions are, 1, if the pitcher has not what? Let's flip the page. Allowed a hit yet. Well, that's not happened. He does not tire, and you do not reduce the control factor. Once a pitcher yields a hit, his stamina has been used up, and then you start subtracting from his control rating. 2, if the pitcher has not yet given up a run. Okay, we have not given up a run. Has not given up a run. You subtract his stamina rating by 3 for each batter instead of 5. Okay, so now it's going to go to, so we're only going to subtract. He hasn't given up a run. He has not given up a run. But I messed up here because he singled. He popped out. No, 1 out. There's 1 out, 1 on. Trammell popped out. Gibson's coming up. He hasn't given up a run, so against Gibson, let's just do it over here. It's 10 space dash space 62. Oh, come on. All right, we'll do it this way then. 10 space 62. There's always a way around everything. All right, so 10 through 62, he's still in control against Gibson. 1 out, 1 on. Here's the pitch to Gibson. And that's an 80, doesn't matter, so it's going to go off the Gibby card, and there will be an error check. Gibby, lefty, but we go off the right-handed pitcher right there. That's a 64. Gibson has struck out twice, so a 64 down the right-handed column. 64, ground ball B. So if there's no error, that means they force Whitaker out at second. So now, I like the ground ball portion of the fielding chart. Very easy to understand. We roll 1 die. Ground ball B. So there's no double play. It's a force out at second unless there's an error. And that is a 5. Gibson is a left-handed batter, so on a 5, it is to third base and Ron Cey. All right, so let's check the error check. Ron Cey. Ron Cey. Where are you, Ron Cey? There you are. Ron Cey's defense at third is 92. Let's quickly roll. And it's a 72, so no error. So Cey goes to second. And Sandberg, so it's going to be 5-4 for the force out. It's a fielder's choice. 2 outs. 2 outs. 2 outs. All right. So that's a fielder's choice. He reaches. So there's 2 outs. Gibson replaces Whitaker at first. How do I mark that? 2 outs. Well, let's do it on the Gibson thing. Good. Yeah, they're battling it out for the wild card. We'll say fielder's choice. Whit out. 5-4. It's all right. We click on it. We know what happened. All right. So there's 2 outs. We have to reduce it by another 3. So there's 2 outs. Gibson's at first. Gibson's at first. So it's going to be 1 through 59 now. I mean, 10 through 59. All right. And he faces Lance Parrish. So 2 outs, Gibson's at first. And he's not a bad base runner, as I recall. Gibson's speed, 78. And there's 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Parrish. And that's a 38. So Sutcliffe still in control. No error check. And that is a 1. It's a 10. And the lower the number, that's not good if you're the pitcher. And a 10 off the right hand. That is a single to center. So 10. So Parrish finally breaks through after striking out twice. 10. So 9 through 11 is a single to center. Mark that. Single. Center field. So there's 2 outs. Gibson's at second. Who's coming up? Darrell Evans. Grounded out twice. Gibson. 78. It's to center field. Two outs, so I think that's minus 10. And we'll double check that. Minus 10, so that's 68. And the center fielder is Denier, and I think he has a good arm. Denier's arm is minus 5, so that's 63, I believe. So I think that's 63 to advance to third. All right, let's just check out the runner advance chart. Going from first to third on a single to center, 2 outs minus 10, so it is a 63. I did that right without even looking. 63. Evans is coming up, 2 outs. We don't want to get thrown out. I don't roll well. We're going to hold. We're going to hold him. 63. We still have a good shot. Obviously, 63% chance of getting there. But first and second, 2 outs, we'll hold him. Gibby thought about it, but he won't run through the stop sign. So there's 2 outs, and here comes Darrell Evans. So Gibson is at first, and Lance Parrish. Gibson's at second, Lance Parrish is at first. 2 outs, runners will be off on contact for Darrell Evans. He has grounded to first with Sutcliffe covering, and then he nubbed one in front of the plate, and Parrish threw him out. I mean, Jody Davis threw him out. So now another 3 goes off. So it should be 10 to 56. For Sutcliffe. 2 outs, 2 on. Here's the pitch to the left-handed designated hitter, Darrell Evans. And that's an 88, so it's going to be off the Evans card. 88, there will be an error check. And we got to go off the right-handed column against the right. Oh, boy, that is a 99. That's 99. It looks like Sutcliffe's going to pitch out of this. That's going to be an out in the air. And we wave it just like we don't care. So let's just figure that. I don't like the way they do it. I'm going to do it my way. So that's a 4. It's a pop-up. And the second baseman is Lou Whitaker. And Whitaker's defensive rating is a 94, so a 95 will be an error. And it's an 85, so Whitaker in shallow right makes the catch over the shoulder. Side is retired. I mean, Sandberg makes the catch, excuse me. Over the shoulder. Oh, wait, we messed up. Okay, we rolled an 85. Sandberg, oh, his defense is 97, so he makes the catch. My faux pas. Inning still over. As his defense is 97, we rolled an 85. It's still an out. Pop out. So Evans does not come through in the clutch. And he faced, that's 56. So his next batter he faces be Chet Lemon. And that's 10, 56, 53. For the next batter. We already set that. All right. Evans makes the last out. Evans, Tigers, last out. So Jody Davis made the last out for the Cubbies. As he grounded out to third unassisted. So Larry Boa comes up in the 7th. Top of the 7th. I think I forgot to do so. 9. Okay. Top of the 7th. Davis made the last out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 5. And Davis made the last out, so here's Larry Boa. And let's just have 5 here. All right, so Moore is still good for 5. I might have messed that up. I might have missed something there, but 5, that's what we're calling. Top of the 7th, what a pitcher's duel here in Detroit. No score. Both teams have had their opportunity. Hojo with the play of the game so far. That diving catch with second and third. And here's Larry Boa. He has a sacrifice bunt in the first and a ground out, a number in front of the plate. Parrish threw him out. And top of the 7th for Larry Bowa. Bowa's a switch hitter batting lefty. And that is an 11, so it will be off the Morris card. No error check. We go to the left-handed column. And that is a 66, Route 66. You get your kicks on Route 66. 66. And since there's no error check, that's a line out. Let's just roll for ha-has. And he lines out to third, 1 away. There's no sense to go through all that rigmarole when it doesn't matter what happens. I don't get that part. I don't understand why they do that. It's a line out to Hojo at third. 1 down. Mel Hall comes to the plate. He has popped up in the first to Whitaker, and then he singled to left. So here's Mel Hall, 1 out, top of the 7th. If you're thinking power, his 65 for a power rating. I've never had to use a power rating check yet. And 4. That's how you should do it. As the next batter is coming up, I should put that underneath there. Actually, it's easier just to keep the book, to be honest with you, but I wanted to show you the cards. I thought this was the best way. All right, 1 out, no one on. Here's the pitch to Mel Hall. And that's a 40. So again, Morris in control, left-handed batter, no error check off the Morris card. And that is a 62. And that's usually not a good result for the batter. 62, and that's a ground ball C, but that doesn't matter. Let's just roll to see who has the ground ball. 9, so we know that can't. We're just going to say ground out to short. 9's on the right side, actually. So we'll say ground out to second, which makes more sense. He's a left-handed batter. So he grounds out to second for 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. So there's 2 down. And again, if there's runners on base, I would have done it. I wouldn't go with my little shortcut way. So 2 outs. Base is empty. Top of the order, Bob Denier. He has flown out to right, grounded out to short, popped out to second, and doubled to right. That was the Cubs' big chance in the bottom of the 5th, 2nd, and 3rd. 1 out, line drive. Hojo made the diving catch, and Morris was able to get out of it. 4. 3 more batters before fatigue sets in for Jack Morris. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's the pitch to Denier. And that's a 60, so we're going to go off the Denier card. And that's a 28. This could be a good result here for Bob Denier. 28 off the Denier card, right-hand column, right-handed hitter, pitcher, right-handed. So 28. 28. That is a, I say 28, single to center. So Denier keeps the inning alive with his second hit, a single to center field for Bob Denier. And now let's go error check. The center fielder is Chet Lemon. Chet Lemon's the center fielder. And Chet Lemon is here, I think. No, that's Herndon. Chet Lemon is here. Nope. Here. No. There's Chet Lemon. Chet Lemon's defense is a 98. 45, no error. He fields the ball cleanly and throws it back in. So 2 outs, go ahead, run at first in Bob Denier, and his speed is 82, so that's pretty good. Here comes Ryan Sandberg. Down to 2 batters you can face. Sandberg has grounded out to short twice, and then the line drive that Hojo caught when he thought he would knock in 2. Howard Johnson made the diving catch. That ball was slated down the line for a double. So 2 outs. Denier will be off on contact. Here's the pitch to Ryan Sandberg. Again, 10 through 58. Morris will be in control. It is a 61. So it's going to go off the Sandberg card. Error check is in play. That's a 78. 78. Error check is in play. 78. That is a line out, but we have to check for the error. Now, because there's runners on base and it's an error check, obviously, I will do what I'm supposed to do. Okay. That's a 7, and right-handed batter on a 7 for a line out. On a 7, that ball's a line shot to left. The left fielder is Herndon. The left fielder's Herndon. 2 outs. Denier is off on contact. Herndon's defensive rating's a 96. And it's a 32. He makes the running catch going towards the gap. Inning is over. So once again, Ryne Sandberg hits it hard, but nothing to show for it. So that is a line out. 7. And he's down to 1. Let's just do that in the Matthews now. Put 1 here. So Sandberg makes the last out. We go to the bottom of the 7th, still scoreless. Sandberg. Last out. Bottom of the 7th. And here comes Chet Lemon. Lemon has singled to right and struck out. We already adjusted the control factor to 10 through 53. Here's the pitch to Lemon. It is a 39. So Sutcliffe is in control. And that is, but it's a low roll. So Lemon's going to fight off this pitch. This could be a hit here, as that's a 9. A 9. Lemon is a right-handed batter. No error check. 9. And that's a single to center. He picks up his second hit, single to center field. So he fights off a good Sutcliffe pitch and sends it right back up the middle, return to center. So Chet Lemon's at first, no outs. Lemon's speed is 79. Ten through 50 now. We're going to stick with Sutcliffe still. Oh, nuts. I messed that up. It should be 3. Yeah, so... No, I think I did that right. Yep, I did it right. Okay. Because he hasn't given up a run yet. So it's 3. I did that right. Yay for Al. Runner at first. Here's Larry Herndon. Herndon has singled in the second and lined out to right field. Here's the pitch to Herndon. 10 through 50. Sutcliffe stays in control. It is a 41. So it's off the Sutcliffe card. No error check. Runner at first. No outs. And that is a 19. Another low roll. And let's see if Herndon will come through in the clutch. A 19. A 19. That ball is gone. 19 and 20 home runs. So Herndon homers. And the Tigers finally get through to Sutcliffe. It is 2-0. Wow. So that's a home run. Home run for Larry Herndon. Touch them all, Larry. And let's make that a different color. Let's make that green. That's a run. That's 1. And he scores on the homer. That's 2. So Larry Herndon has homered. And it's 2-0. Sutcliffe hung a curveball. Hello, Ron from Retro Sports Network and Itinerary Hobbyist. Hope all is well. Ron put up an excellent hockey game. I have another 20 minutes to watch, so no one spoil it. But let me just tell you, Ron, I'm rooting for the Canadiens because they're playing Edmonton. I don't like Edmonton. All right, so that's 2-0. Actually, let's just mark that here. So 2-0 Tigers on the oh no, wrong, Al, wrong. On the Herndon homer. Larry Herndon homers in the bottom of the 7th. Two nothing. No outs. Sutcliffe now is down to 47, but he gives up the run, so that goes 5. So it's 10 through 45. So he's now 10 through 45. 7th. Who do we go to? Stoddard. I've gone to Stoddard. He stunk when I played him, though. We could go to Lee Smith. Here's the other thing. I'll show you that in a second because I'm gonna bring in Lee Smith. So bear with me a moment. Talk amongst yourselves. So we're gonna bring in Lee Smith. Can't give up any more runs. We're gonna play this like a one-game championship. Let's get to Lee Smith now. Excuse me. Let's do it. There. No, that's his hitter's card. Nope, that's his pitcher's card. Let's do a snippet. Let's get Lee Smith in here. Copy. Lee Smith coming in the ball game. Let's just put that for now right here, and then we'll just move things around. Paste. Lee Smith. Here's what doesn't make sense. Now you see starting pitching 20, right? 20. Now I think that's out of 9 innings, I think. Relief pitching 69. Makes no sense the way they do that. I'm assuming I divided it by 9. It said he could face 7 batters. That's kind of weird to me. Again, that's one of those weird things to me. So let's just move Sutcliffe out of here. Let's just put, I think we can just put that on top, can't we? Oh, we can! How cool is that? Except let's move that over. And let's just move Sutcliffe's pitcher out of the way. Rick, you're over here now. Let's get rid of that. Might as well get Lee Smith's pitcher in there too, right? What the hell? I love the visual of things. You know me, I'm a squirrel. I like visual. Let's see. Where are you, Mr. Lee Smith? Oh, there you are. Copy image. And again, once I remember the link, I will put it on the page. This game goes pretty fast if you're just playing it by yourself. And I think it actually would go faster if I just kept the book. But I wanted to show you the cards. And I printed the cards on regular paper. And if you cut them up, I actually just left them on their sheet because it's very flimsy. It's just regular paper. Alright, now we want to go here. Yeah, let's just... And voila! Lee Smith, folks. Lee Smith. Awesome sauce. So Lee Smith comes in. We're going to say he's good for 7 batters because a 69 makes no sense to me. Again, it's a pretty easy game, and every once in a while they throw these weird things at you. So, hello, ID Gesture. How you doing? Ben Hogan, hello. Again, this is not the most thrilling broadcast. I'm just showing you dice. I think ID Gesture's played this one, or someone similar to it. And I got these ideas from ID Gesture. So, here we go. It's 2-0 Tigers, thanks to the 2-run homer in the bottom of the 7th by Larry Herndon off a tiring Rich Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe now out of the game, and we'll do stats later. I'm not going to go through stats now. So, Lee Smith comes in. He's a righty. He's going to face the lefty Bergman. Controlled 10 through 53. He's good for, in my opinion, 7 batters. So 7 batters. 7 batters. I don't get the 69. That makes no sense to me. It's not 69 pitches, obviously. That's, again, stupid. So I took 69, divided it by 9. It comes out to approximately 7 batters. All right, here's the pitch from Smith to Bergman, trying to keep it a 2-run deficit. No outs. 2-0 off the Herndon home run. And that is a 29. It's going to go off the Smith card. No error check. And that is a 36. A 36. And Lee Smith, a big strikeout pitcher. We go to the lefty column. 36. And that is a K. So that's a K. And we're going to give that a different color. So we know it's Lee Smith. And let's give this a blue. And blue. I do like colors. All right, 1 out. Base is empty. Smith down to 6 now. And here comes Howard Johnson. That diving stop by Johnson to keep it the diving catch to keep it no score. And we still have Sutcliffe here, so we'll get rid of him. You move over here, son. And let's bring this back up. Copy. Paste. And let's just move Lee Smith over here. That's pretty cool. I like the way that works. A little cumbersome. And now let's just go. See if we got the pitcher still here. No, I think it'll be. Oh, I can just do this. Voila, Lee Smith, folks. Lee Smith. And he's good for 6 batters now, right? Okay, it's Lee Smith. So 1 out, no one on. Here's Hojo. He has struck out twice. Sutcliffe had his number, but he got the Cubbies back with that diving catch. As Ryan Sandberg thought he had a double down the left field line. Here's the pitch from Lee Smith. And that is a 61. So Smith is not in control. It goes to Howard Johnson's card. And Hojo batting lefty, but he's facing a right-handed batter. And that is a 17. The lower the dice roll, the better off the hitter's card. So Hojo has better luck. Off Lee Smith, that's a single to left. Single to left field. So 1 out, 1 on. 2-0 thanks to the Herndon home run. And now, top of the order. And Lou Whitaker. Over here, Mr. Sutcliffe. There's Lee Smith. Cool. 5. Here's Lou Whitaker. One out, 1 on. Bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch to Whitaker. And that's a 56. So Smith not in control. Whitaker, left-handed batter, but he'd go off his right-handed column. And that's a 47. A 47. And he goes bye-bye birdie, 44 through 46. And that's a 2-run bomb. And it's 4-0 Detroit as they've broken open. And Smith gives up a 2-run blast, so that's a home run. And it's now 4-0. So 2 homers in this inning by Detroit. A power surge for the Tigers. The Tigers are roaring. Let's change that to green. He scored. So it's 4-0. And he came in, I should mark that. He came in the 7th. 7th, no outs. So Sutcliffe went 6 innings. Just for stat purposes if I want to do them later. So we go. We go to Alan Trammell now. Alan Trammell's up. Oops, that didn't work. All right, here's Alan Trammell. 0 for 3. 4-0. 4-0 Tigers. They broke it open here. 1 out. 1 out, base is empty. A 2-run homer by Herndon made it 2-0, and then a 2-run homer by Whitaker. Here's the pitch to Trammell. And that is an that's a 10. So Smith in control, and that's an 83. This will be a good result for Smith, but it's already 4-0. An 83. And again, it's a fly out. No one's on base, so it's either a pop out or fly out. Let's just roll. And he pops out to the catcher. That's what we're going to call it. So he pops out to the catcher. No one on base. I think it's pretty silly to go through all those checks. So 2 outs now. Base is empty. 4-0 Tigers. And striding the plate, Kirk Gibson struck out twice against Sutcliffe and then reached on a fielder's choice that forced out Whitaker. And let's just leave that there. You over here, Mr. Sutcliffe. So there's 2 outs, base is empty, 4-0. Lee Smith struggling mightily. Here's the pitch to Kirk Gibson, a left-handed batter, and that's a 41. Smith is in control. We go off the left-handed column, off his card. No error check. That's a 20. That could be trouble. That could be trouble. A 20, and that is a single to right. So Gibby gets a hit. No relief by Lee Smith. Single to right field. 2 outs, Gibson's at first. Five, 4, 3. I'll face Lance Parrish. 2. 2 outs, runner at first, 4-0. 4-0. Come on. Why does it do that? That's a... All right, 2 outs. So 4, so we go to the rare play chart, most likely a range play. Let's roll the dice. 2 outs, runner at first. That is an 86. Fielder's chart, 86. Let's see who's going to field it. And that's a 19. 19, the catcher. So that's going to be Jody Davis. Let's see his fielding range, Jody Davis. Jody Davis, the catcher, his range is an 87. 87. Back to the range chart. 87, roll the dice, 1 out. And that's, oh boy, that's not going to be good. 80 on an 87, an 80, and that's a single. So Davis singles. So Davis singles. Everyone's going to hold, so I don't care where it went. And we'll say single infielders. Was a catcher. So infield single. So it's an infield single. Davis cannot make the play, obviously. Infield single. Wow, so the Lance Parrish beats out an infield single. Bad dice roll. That's bad luck. So that's a single. Gets his second hit. We're going to call it an infield single. So 2 outs, 2 on. Darrell Evans to the plate. So Smith has been awful. He's down to 1 batter. And here's the pitch to Darrell Evans. 2 on, 2 outs. And that is a 51. Smith still in control. He needs this last out here. That is a 62 off of his card. Evans is a lefty. We go to the left-handed column here. 62. And no error check. Ground ball. C, doesn't matter. There's 2 outs. Let's just roll it for ha-has. It's a 3, so it's a ground ball to first. And that ends the inning. A ground out to first. Ground out, 3-1. Smith covers the bag. So Lee Smith, god-awful. No relief. 2 two-run homers. 1 given up by Sutcliffe. The other given up by Lee Smith. We go to the top of the 8th. 4-0 Tigers. Top of 8th. Due up for the Cubbies. Evans makes the last out. Tigers. Sandberg made the last out for the Cubs. They're now trailing 4-0. And so Matthews comes up. It's going to be Matthews, Durham, and Moreland. Top of the 8th. This is the last batter before Fatigue will... Well, he hasn't given up a run. So, again, it'll only be 3. So, Morris hasn't given up a run. It's 4-0. Matthews singled in the first, struck out in the third, grounded out to Trammell in the 5th. Top of the 8th, 4-0 Tigers. Here's the pitch to Matthews. That's an 80. It's going to go off the Matthews card. Possible error. And that's a 39. A 39. And that's going to be a single to right. So that's a single right field. The right fielder is Kirk Gibson, and thank God it's right there. 89. Error check is a 20, no error. He fields the ball and throws it back in. Ken Castro, how you doing, my friend? So a leadoff single for Matthews. And now, so Matthews is at first. Cubbies need runners. They're down 4-0. Here's Leon Durham. He singled twice, but his last at-bat he grounded out to second. And now he goes down 3. He hits his fatigue, so that's going to be 10 to 55. He's going to stay in the game for another batter. So Matthews at first. Here's the pitch to Durham from Morris. And that's a 37. Morris is in control. So we go to his left-handed column. And that's a 63. This is going to be good. No error. Check, so we don't have to worry about that. A 63 is a ground ball C. On a ground ball C, the runner advances to second. The runner advances to second. And now we go to the ground ball chart, which I like because it's very easy to understand, unlike the fly ball pop-up chart, which is stupid. I don't understand why there's that in the relief pitching things. I don't know how they can how they changed from the formula. So let's go to the, here it is. Ground ball C, runner advances to second. There is an out, 1 out. Let's see where the play is. Oh, 1 die. Sorry, 1 die. That's a 4. And a 4 to left-handed batter is a ground ball to second. But he had a range to his right, deep in the hole. Couldn't make the play. Got the sure out at first. So 1 out, runner at second. Matthews advances to second. As Durham grounds out 4-3. 1 out. Here comes Keith Moreland. Again, he hasn't. So Jack Morris hasn't given up a run. So again, it's just going to reduce by 3. So that was 55, right? Yeah. Now it's going to be 52. If he gives up a run, it goes to 5. You start reducing by 5. So that's 10 to 52. 1 out, runner at second, 4-0 Tigers. Here's the pitch to Keith Moreland. He is 1 for 3. He singled to right in his last at-bat. Prior to that, popped up to second and grounded out to Alan Trammell at short. And that is a 21. 21. Morris is in control, so no error check. And that's a 38. Runner at second, 1 out, 38. Right-hander, that's a strikeout. So that's a K. 2 outs. Matthews will be off on contact. Here's Ron Say. Morris, as Willie Hernandez is ready. So he's 10 to 49. We might go to Hernandez. We might go to Willie Hernandez. We're gonna get. We should go to Willie Hernandez. Hernandez was MVP in '84. It'll be a 4-out save. We're gonna go to Willie Hernandez. All right, let's get Willie in the game. Going to Willie Hernandez. Here comes Willie. As they've made the sign for the lefty, Willie Hernandez, for the 4-out save. And he's 10 through 77. Yeah, you got to go to Willie. Get out of the way here. Willie Hernandez. MVP in 1984. Comes in the game for the 4-out save. Cool. All right. 2 outs. Matthews at second. Here's Willie Hernandez, 10 through 77. He had 32 saves. He was 9-3 with an ERA of 1.92. Here's the pitch to Ron Cey. Cey reached on an error by Hojo in the second. He struck out and pop out since. 2 outs. Top of the 8th. Matthews at second. 4-0 Tigers. That is a, what is that? 17. So Hernandez large and in charge. We go off the right-handed column off the Willie Hernandez card. No error check, and that's a 45. Odds are that's a K. Nope. It is a ground ball, and there's no error check. Ground ball A, so let's just roll the dice. Inning's over. And we're just 2. I don't like that. We're going to say he grounds out to short. I'm sick of grounds out numbers. Well, all right, he nubbed it to the catcher. Parrish picks it up and throws to first. That's fine. What the hell? Ground out 2-3. Side is retired. Go to the bottom of the 8th. And it's 4-0. 4-0. Tigers, thanks to 2 two-run homers in the bottom of the 7th. Herndon for the 2-0 lead. And then Whitaker made it 4-0. So the last out is Cey, 8th, Cubs. And Evans was the last out in the bottom of the 7th. Evans is here. No, he's here. So it's Lee Smith. And he comes back to Bergman. So Smith will face Bergman again. That's the first batter he faced. And he's at a fatigue factor. He's given up runs already. He's gonna stay in the game just because I don't feel like switching pitchers. Let's see. We'll give him a batter here. So he has nothing left. All right, Lee Smith. Bottom of the 8th, he'll face Bergman. Bergman grounded out to first, singled to left, and struck out. Oh, I clicked on the wrong guy for the homer then. Doesn't matter, I'll fix that later. Herndon hit the homer. Chet Lemon. That should not be green. Here we go. Here we go. So that goes down 5, 10, 48. It's a pitch from Lee Smith, and that's a 5. So we go to the rare play chart, which is usually a range play, special chart. To roll the dice, And that's a 82 fielding range. Who's it going to be to? And that's an 80. So an 80 on the fielding chart is the center fielder. And the center fielder is Bob Denier. So Bob Denier's range in center field is 89. Bob Denier's range is 89. Back to this chart here. So 89, 0 through 69 is an out. And it's a 61, so he makes the catch. Running catch by Bob Denier as Bergman flies out to center. One down. Here comes Howard Johnson. 10 through 48. Now it's 10 through 45 as we continue to reduce his control factor by 5 because he's given up runs. So 1 out, base is empty. Howard Johnson has struck out twice but singled to left. He made that diving catch to keep the game 0-0 in the 5th. And Morris was able to pitch out of it. Here's the pitch to Howard Johnson, switch hitter batting lefty off the right-handed throwing Lee Smith. And that's a 56. He wouldn't have been in control anyway. So we go to the Hojo card off the right-handed column. And that's a 23. That could be a hit. He could get his second hit here. And it's a single to center right there. Single to center, 23. So he picks up his striking out the first 2 times, now singling. And it's off his card, single to center. Let's write that down. We got to see if there's any type of shenanigans, as ID Gesture would say. See if there's any errors. So Bob, let's go back to Bob Denier. Bob Denier. Bob Denier. Where are you, Bobby? There you are, Bobby. Center field defense, 96. Odds are this will not be an error. Just quickly roll it. And it's a 16, so he makes the play and just throws it in. So it's a clean single. So 1 out, 1 on. Forgot to move that guy. As Lee Smith is now down to 42, 10 to 42. This will be his last batter. Come on, Lee, get these outs. Again, if you're playing with the cards, it goes easier, but I just wanted to show you. All right, so now he's going to face Bob Denier. I'm sorry, he's going to face, not Bob Denier, he's going to face Lou Whitaker. Excuse me. Whitaker had a 2-run homer to make it a 4-0 game. Here's the pitch. And that's a 62, so he wouldn't have been in control anyway. It's going to be off the Whitaker card, and that is a 35. A 35. That's a single to right. So that's a single to right. And that's it for Lee Smith. He has not spelled relief. He's spelled poop. 4-0. 1 out. First and second. And we got to bring another pitcher in. Good God almighty. And we're going to bring in Stoddard. No pitcher for him, though. No photo for him. Let's just get Stoddard in the game. So here comes Stoddard out of the bullpen. Try to keep it a 4-run deficit. Stoddard's coming in. And he is good for 6 batters. So Smith pitched an inning and a third. Again, stats I really don't care about right now. In case I want to go back and inning in third. And here's Tim Stoddard. He's good for 6 batters, we're going to say. Again, I don't get the 58, so we're going to say 6 batters. I mean, it's pretty stupid. 1 out, 2 on. Here's Whitaker. He homered his last time up. Oh no, Whitaker singled. I'm sorry. Alan Trammell's up. Get over there. There we go. 6 batters. One out, 2 on. Here's the pitch of Trammell. Trammell is hitless. He's 0 for 4. Grounded out, lined out, and popped out twice. And that is a 22. Stoddard will be in command. 10 through 51, he's in command. He was 10-6 with 7 saves in 84 with a 3.82 earned run average. And that's an 88. So no error check. It's off of the pitcher's card. 88. 88. And that's one of those bizarro fly ball thingies that I hate that chart because it makes no sense. Everything else is pretty straightforward. So it's definitely an out. There's 2 outs. There's no error check. And let's just go here. And let's just roll. That's a 6. So it's a pop out to the shortstop. 2 down. And I have to look into that more. I don't like the way that is because the FO is either a fly out or a pop out, and the chart is stupid. So it's a pop out to the shortstop. Trammell pops out to his counterpart, Larry Bowa. So 2 down, 4-0 Tigers. Stoddard gets the first out of the batter he faces. 2 outs. Did I miss an out? Let me go back. Denier singled. I flow out. Okay, he did get 1 out. Here's Alan Trammell. 2 outs, 2 on. Here's the pitch from not Alan Trammell. Here is Kirk Gibson. Stoddard to face Gibson. And that's an 84. It'll go off the Gibby card. And that's a 70. And Stoddard's a righty. We go off the right-handed column for Gibson. And that's a 70. There will be an error check. 70. Ground ball C. So now this one, we have to, no shortcuts here. You have to make sure. But again, the ground ball chart's pretty easy. Ground ball C. We roll 1 die. It's a 4. Left-handed batter, a 4 is the second baseman. The second baseman is Ryne Sandberg. Sandberg's defense at second is a 97. Odds of an error, slim to none. 97. And it's a 71. Inning over. Grounds out. 4-3. We go. Top of the 9th. Willie Hernandez looking to close it out. 4-0. So, hopefully we don't get back around because I'll mark it though. Gibson. Last batter. 8th. 4-0 Tigers. And here's Willie Hernandez. Last batter in the 8th was Ron Cey. And he grounded, nubbed one in front of the catcher, and Parrish threw him out. So Hernandez will face Davis, Boa, and Hall in the top of the ninth. Now I gotta move the card. All right, here we go. 3 outs away from a Tiger 4-0 victory over the Cubs. Comes Willie Hernandez. Good for 7 batters. He shouldn't have to face that, so we should be all set here. He's faced 1 so far. Here's the pitch to Jody Davis. Davis has walked. He's 0 for 2. Hernandez 10 through 77. He's in control. It's a 32. He's in control. And that's a 37. 37 again. And against a righty, we go to the right hand. 20 through 44 is a strikeout, so that's a K. He strikes out Davis. Jody Davis, the catcher, goes down swinging. That's 1 out. Base is empty. Here's Larry Boa. Boa. Sacrifice bunt in the first. He's 0 for 2. He grounded out. Nubbed one in front of the catcher, 2-1, and then lined out to Howard Johnson. Here's the pitch to Boa. And again, that high control. Oh no, that's a 93. Wow. So it'll be off the Boa card. Error check possibility. And that's a 22, and that Boa could be getting a hit. So lefty, Boa's a switch hitter. Doesn't matter because we're going off his card, off a left-handed pitcher. And that's a 22, and that is a single to right. So Larry Boa, with 1 out, singles to right. Cubs not going quietly into the night. Single to right. And we have to do an error check for Gibson. Gibson in right field is a 89, and that's an 83. So Gibson almost muffs the ball, but it's a clean single. He ends up, Boa thinks better of it and stays at first. Here comes Mel Hall. Lefty, lefty. Oh boy. Let's get the card here first. Paste. And lefty. Cubs will go to their bench. Their #1 pinch hitter off the bench. I believe they have that on that card here. Jay Johnstone, but he's a lefty. Isn't Jay Johnstone a lefty too? Let's find Mr. Johnstone's card. Yeah, he's a lefty. And he's pretty much an out. He didn't have 1 hit against a left-handed batter, so we're not going to Jay Johnstone. Gary Woods hit 271 off lefties. I kind of like these cards. Richie Hebner's a lefty. Dave Owens hit 286 off left-handed pitching, but only 194 overall. 286. .271, 274 overall. We're going to go to Henry Cotto. Henry Cotto will come in to pinch hit. Close. Oh, I can do it this way. I didn't know I could do that. Cool. So here comes Henry Cotto. 1 out, 1 on. Copy. So Mel Hall's out. Henry Cotto's in. 4-0, 1 out. Here's Henry Cotto. Cotto, right-handed batter, he batted .271 off left-handed pitching, overall .274 with no home runs. All right, here's the pitch from Hernandez, and that is a 78. So he's not in control. Cotto is. So this is a big moment here for the Cubbies, down 4-0. Runner at first, 1 out, top of the 9th, and this is going to be good. This is a 21 for Cotto. So Cotto's going to have a pinch hit here. 21, and that's a single to center, and everyone goes station to station, down 4, and single to center is Bob Denier. Error check, he's in the 90s, I believe. So that's a 60. I know that's below his error check, so and we don't have to go to look at it. So first and second, 1 out. Hernandez now I have to worry about his pitch count here. 1. He faced 1 batter in the 8th. 2 is Davis. 3 is Boa, who's singled. 4 is the pinch hitter Cotto, who's singled. Single center field. So he's faced 4 batters, and he is good for 8. So he's down to 4. We'll just leave that 4 there. First and second, 1 out. Oh my God. Cubbies, please no extra innings. All right, so now, top of the order, Bob Denier. Bob Denier comes up. Let's see if we can just move. Bob Denier comes up. 1 out, 2 on. Need a double play ball to end this thing. So the pinch hitter Cotto comes through. Good call. Four batters. He's good for another 4. So Cotto's at first. Boa's at second. 1 out. Here's Bob Denier. Top of the 9th. Denier has flown out to right. Grounded out to Trammell, 6-3. And popped out to Whitaker. And then doubled. That was their big chance. In the 5th, 2nd and 3rd, 1 out, diving catch by Hojo. Rob a double down the line. He singled his last time up. Can he do it again? Oh, red dye jumped the shark. Here we go. Hernandez, 10 through 77. He's in control. Oh, my Lord. Hernandez, that's a 96. So he's not in control. It's going to go off the Denier card. Denier hit 260 off lefties. Needs a low roll. He will knock 35. That might be decent. A 35. And that's his third hit. Here come the Cubbies. That's a single to right. Holy cow. Hernandez, Mr. Automatic in 84, is not automatic against the Cubs. Bases will be juiced. Should we single to right? Let's look at this first. Right field, we got to do an error check. Right field's Gibson. Right field's Gibson. Gibby is an 89. And that's a 40. So, all right. So right now we have runners everywhere. Gibson's arm is a -4. We can't chance it. We can't chance it. Because there's one out. You got to take away, I think, 20. So Denier singles, bases loaded, one out. Here we go. Holy cow. Holy cow. Holy cow. Would Willie Hernandez blow this save? Here's Ryne Sandberg to face Willie Hernandez, who's now good for 3 batters. Bases juiced, one away. Sandberg is hitless, 0 for 4. He hit that scorcher that Hojo made the diving catch that looked like it was slated down the left field line. Would have been a 2-run double. Instead, it's 4-0. Bases loaded. Here's the pitch to Ryne Sandberg. Again, Hernandez needs 10 through 77. He's in control, and he will be in control. This is a 60-something. It doesn't matter. 68. So no error check. We go off the right-handed column off the Hernandez card. And that is a 54. And I think that's a double play ball. 54. Nope. It's not a double play ball. Pretty close, though. Righty. That's a ground ball B. So, ground ball B, no double play. No double play. Ground ball B, they get the lead runner. So, they get the play. Okay, ground ball P. We didn't call the infield in, obviously, because the double play ends the game. Ground ball B. Ground ball A is a double play. Ground ball B, they get the lead runner. So they get, who's at third? The runner at third is thrown out and the force out at the plate. Bases loaded, 2 outs. So Sandberg's at first. So it's a fielder's choice. Fielder's choice. He reaches on a fielder's choice. And Boa is out at the plate. Fielder's choice, out at plate. So there's 2 outs, bases loaded. They're down to 1 more out. And here comes Sarge, Gary Matthews. Matthews, 2 for 4. He's single in the first, single in the eighth. In between, he struck out and grounded out to Trammell. Hernandez good for 2 more batters before fatigue sets in, but he has such a control factor. It doesn't really matter. All right, 2 outs. It's up to Sarge. Gary Matthews, 10 through 17 is off the Hernandez card. And it is a 66. Route 66, get your kicks. So can Hernandez get the final out and the Tigers win 4-0? Or Matthews hit a grand slam? 93. Off the pitcher's card. No error check. And this is an out. Let's see where the out will be. Ball game is over. He pops it up. Coming in from second base is Whitaker. Ball game over. The Cubs load the bases up, but do not score. They had many opportunities. They lose 4-0. The winning pitcher is Jack Morris. The save goes to Willie Hernandez, though he did struggle. Tigers win 4-0, and this is Dice Baseball. And it's a the free demo download, you get the 4 teams from 84, the playoff teams. Cubs, Tigers, Padres, and Royals. Pretty easy to understand. I do have an issue, and I don't know how I can't show it, but I do have an issue with the fielding chart when it comes to pop-ups and flyouts. So, anyway, 4-0 Tigers. Winning pitcher, Morris. The losing pitcher, Sutcliffe. Save goes to Willie Hernandez. MVP of the game, I'm going to give it to Herndon, who hit the 2-run homer. It was Herndon who hit the 2-run homer to make it 2-0. And then Whitaker followed up in the same inning and hit a 2-run homer off Lee Smith. So a 2-run homer by Sutcliffe, and then another 2-run homer given up by Lee Smith. 4-0 Tigers. Cubs would load them up with 1 out. Ground ball. Forced out Boa at the plate. And then Gary Matthews with 2 outs pops out to Whitaker. Ball game over. Morris the win. Hernandez the save. The loss goes to Rick Sutcliffe. Sal Red Sox fans saying thank you very much for watching. I was just demoing the game. I know it went long, but I was trying to show you the game. It's pretty fun. So, health and happiness. The next time, take care. Bye-bye. God bless. Don't swing at the curveball in the dirt. Peace.